LJ?
Yeah?
I really want to see the new recap review. Where can I go?
Well, I'll tell you, little Johnny. If you head on over to Vessel.com/the TTV channel, you'll find all of our content, recap reviews, mock spotlights, and more on Vessel a week early. That's right, a full 7 days before we release it on YouTube. Not only that, but content from tons of other creators all across the internet. In order to access it, you need to sign up for early access, which is only $3 a month. It's a really great deal, and it helps us create better, higher quality content, and it gets you guys in on the loop a whole week early.
Wow! I'm gonna go sign up right now!
You do that, little Johnny. You do that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Sync.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TTV Brickfeed Podcast, episode 6.
Mardi Gras.
I tried to do something else there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, X. This podcast needs its own thing, you know? It can't be like...
I'm just trying out different things here.
Well, okay,
like,
I mean, like, the thought was there. The execution...
Yeah,
it's like,
execution.
Dang it, I was gonna say that.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. You know?
It's a
work
claim
in
to fame.
progress.
So this episode represents this podcast going off the rails. Finally, we have like 6 people on here. It's gonna be fun.
Going off the rails of the Lego train.
It's like a real podcast. Speaking of the 6 people on here, who are we?
This is the realist.
I don't know, Kahi. Who are we?
Yeah, Kahi.
Well, I know. I'm Kahi.
I'm Mesa.
I'm LJ.
I'm Venom.
I'm EXX.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
And this is the TTV Brickfeed Podcast. Again, this is episode 6, brought to you by
Mardi
Audible,
Gras.
Vessel, and our own store. We'll hear
So,
more about those later.
So, do you
We
mind
have
if
a
I point someone
store.
out here?
Point it out.
You can point something
So,
out.
for those that don't know, I really like patterns, like numbered patterns. And this is being recorded. Can I say when this is being recorded? Is that
Yeah,
cool?
you can go
Okay.
for it.
No!
This is
You're
the
breaking
sixth.
my
This is the 6th episode being recorded in June on June 6th,
And there's 6 people here.
and there's
There's
6 people here,
And it's
Oh my
2016.
It also
and
marks
it's
the day.
2016.
And it's also the
Six.
6th month of June.
I said that
You're
already.
666.
Oh my gosh.
And today's the
6, 6, 6, 6.
And this is the
I already
6th
said that
episode.
too.
He just...
66666.
Oh my goodness. That's so weird.
Great omen, yes. Gonna have ourselves a
Yeah.
fun podcast episode.
Oh, that was
today.
fun. It was just whenever you said 666, I just completely dropped. So maybe it wasn't completely.
It wasn't meant
But I was
to
gonna say
be.
this does mark the first time that I am officially an AFLL on the
Yeah, happy
AFLL
birthday.
podcast. Yeah,
Well,
Wait,
no,
are
no,
we
When does
not
it take to
AFOLs?
become an official AFOL?
you just have to be 21, I think.
no,
Really? I thought you had to be
no,
like
no,
18.
No, 18. You've
Aw,
been in
you
AFL
know, I
for
mean,
like
like,
last
you
year.
know,
As soon as you become an
you're
adult.
like- It's like, all right, 18's like, you know, it's like being the beta version of being an adult. Like
Wow.
you're 18 and you can
Wow.
kind of like, you know, like you're an adult kind of, but like normally you still live with your parents and you still, or you go to like a college that's paid for by your parents, you know, and you're kind of
Not everyone is that.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Yeah, well, I'm still
In my
grown up.
culture, you become a man at the age of 13.
Oh gosh.
I figured out another thing with the whole 6 thing.
Oh boy. What is it?
Kahi, can I mention how old you're turning? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, Kahi's turning 21, and 21 flipped is 12, and 12 divided is 6.
Ah, that's a stretch.
Wow. Oh yeah, happy birthday,
it.
Kahi.
Yeah, 12 divided by 3
Happy
is
birthday.
6. Whoa, math.
Such
That's
math.
actually it's
wow.
4. 12 divided by 3 is 4, Ben.
No, I
Maybe,
know that was the joke. Because
yeah.
LJ omitted everything else. He was like, 12 divided is 6.
Yeah,
12 divided
I
what?
didn't screw anything.
Divided.
That was
So, keyword Lego.
Well,
who needs
yeah, I
Lego?
know, right?
This is a Lego podcast, I believe.
Lego is my trigger.
No, it's about Mega Blocks.
So-
Let's talk about the Destiny Mega Blocks, guys.
I used to buy Dragon Mega Blocks all the time.
Let's
'cause
not
they were
talk
really
about
cool.
any of those two things.
Oh, yeah, so did
Do you
everyone
want
else
to ruin
here.
our entire AFLL audience already. Just by
They need to
like
spread their
from Lego.
wings and soar to Mega Bloks.
Spread their
like we're
dragon
doing.
wings, yo.
I guess we'll cater to the AFOM audience, adult fans
Wow.
of Mega Bloks. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be
I don't know if that is a thing.
AFOMB?
Alright.
Adult
That doesn't
fans
have the
of the
same
message
ring to
boards?
it.
No.
Afumb. Afumb.
I mean, AFLs. I mean, to that end, AFLs are AFL.
Yeah, but that sounds funny,
That's
you know?
pretty awful.
Apple.
Yeah, see, he caught it.
get it.
He got it.
See what we did there? See what-
That's-
yeah, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
Anyway,
What
on
do we have
the
on
news
let's
this
talk
week?
about
Really?
what I didn't get for my birthday, which is the Batman Rescue from Ra's al Ghul,
Hey.
which is not already out, so that's why I haven't gotten it. But it is on review on Brickset.com, and it's the one like with Damian Wayne and Ra's al Ghul and like the Bat Dune buggy, I guess, is what I'm looking
very
at here.
curious. Do you have?
Let's
do you
not
think
forget
this set
Talia.
has any merit whatsoever?
I do actually, and here's the reason why I like sets that have bits of locations in them, and I like the location, even though it's kind of lackluster. I do like. I
Kind
like
of.
the fact that we
yeah,
have.
see, I do too, but then
Floating
this
staircase.
set's kind of like half and half. It's like half the generic vehicle set and then half that set piece, and the set piece looks kind of bad. Well,
Right.
not bad. It's just really lackluster.
I would
And
have
then the
gladly
vehicle-
It's not
preferred
bad, but-
if they
Actually-
had taken out the dune buggy and they'd put in like a Lazarus pit or something.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling the Dune buggy. I
There is a
actually
Lazarus
like
pit.
it. Oh yeah,
Isn't
I
there
love
is
the
a
Lazarus
tiny
pit.
Lazarus
It's so
pit.
simple,
One that's
but
more
so
integrated.
nice.
Yeah.
I really like that they included the Lazarus pit. But before we go any further, it's Raz Al Ghul? It's
It's
Al
okay.
Ghul?
It's Ra's al Ghul. I've heard. I've also heard it say Raz al Ghul. Raz
Yeah, that's
is
what I've
they
said
use.
my
Apparently,
entire
the
life.
official pronunciation is Raish al Ghul,
I'm gonna
But
call
in
it
the
Raise.
movie,
which
in
I
the
think
movie,
is
the Dark
lame.
Knight trilogy, or the
Looks like it
movies,
says
the Dark
Raz
Knight
al
trilogy,
Ghul.
they do Raz.
I mean,
Like-
you gotta say it the right way, otherwise it's racist.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Anyhow,
Good job,
mostly,
LJ.
I think
10
the
out
main
of 10.
thing.
Thanks.
The main thing about this that I really feel is that Talia and Ra's al Ghul, who have never been in a set before,
And we get
are kind of
both.
like we do get both
One
of them.
set. That is
Has-
insane.
Talia's kind
Has
of
Damien
generic.
been in a set before?
I don't believe so either. I think Damien's new as well. Although I really dislike the like short minifigures. I
Yeah,
actively really
I
dislike
don't
them.
feel like that fits here. I really think they
I-
should have had long legs.
He looks like
Well, I
Lloyd.
mean, okay, it does make sense because Damien is Batman's son, and he is the smallest Robin. He's like 8. Or
he's
now
like,
he's
like
11.
8 years old or something.
Yeah, and he is the son of like Ra's al Ghul, or not Ra's al Ghul. He's the son of Talia al Ghul and Batman. So it's kind of just a domestic dispute set, is what we're really getting at.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
It's
just-
like-
Well,
it's like
are you telling me
Batman
that this
comes
is a Lego Batman version of the Mari show?
This is
Pretty
literally
much,
this is
yeah.
like Batman. Batman comes home in the dune buggy with his estranged son, and they go to his in-laws. he's
And
like,
then-
and he's fighting. He and his father-in-law get into a sword fight. Basically, is what's going on here.
It's
It's just a little
Raish
family
is just
reunion.
like, you are the father.
It's just,
Clang,
I think,
clang, clang.
I think the short legs just makes him look like from one of those little speed sets where the
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, I know what you
I mean,
mean.
he's supposed to be 8 years old, and it makes sense, but it just.
Well, I just don't like the fact that
To-
the smaller ones do not have the range of motion with the legs.
To
It's
be
very
fair,
hard
though,
to do anything with them.
It looks like there isn't any printing on them, so they'd be relatively easy to switch out with some longer black
Oh,
legs.
yeah,
just
you
some
could totally
flat,
just do
no
that.
print.
Yeah, but then that's a very tall 8-year-old.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's like the same height.
well,
as his
we'll
dad.
just say
Then,
he
then what
accidentally.
would be like? What would be like the happy medium then? Because I can't imagine them doing the small legs with some sort of range
Just
of
give all
movement.
normal
won't
minifigures
work.
woody legs, and then the normal minifigure legs will become the small ones.
That's stupid.
Wow.
I don't like woody legs. What are woody legs? I need to look this up. Woody legs.
You don't even know what they are. Wow.
What, Woody legs are like the really tall minifigure.
Hold
legs
up,
that
hold
was
up.
used for the Woody
Shut up.
minifigure.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it right now.
I know you're
What
I know you
are
might find it yourself.
Woody
I'm saying
legs?
for the audience, for the benefit of the audience who is not googling it probably right now.
It's the
that's
episode
what
title
they are.
right there. Woody legs.
Wow.
Oh, I found. Wow, that's funny. One of the results was actually the minifigure. Jeez, these are some freakishly long legs. Yeah, let's. How about let's not do that so that
There's a brick in my
I don't want-
boot.
I don't want any of my minifigures looking like purple.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Why?
actually kind of
Purple's
cool.
awesome.
Aww.
For the record,
Not
fans,
awesome looking.
Purple's a titan.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm trying purple.
It's okay, X.
But when does this set come out?
This set is supposed
Some
to come
point.
out later, I think this summer, I believe. And they don't
Okay.
give a release date here.
So August, June, or
I
July.
bet because
Yeah,
I
probably.
scroll all the way down to this
It's
article by
$30.
lovely,
$40.
accurate as always brick set, and they said that we'll have more DC and Marvel superheroes review on the way, which makes me think they're going to be reviewing that Spider-Man Civil War set soon because this isn't out yet. They also say here that it's about $40, so yikes.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
It's-
this
That's
set-
the case, I don't
this
think I'm
set
gonna
is
get
a
this set.
$30. Yeah, I would have if it had been $30, I would have considered buying it. But $40 is just too much. I'm gonna get the Spider-Man set. And this is cool.
Which is probably also
but-
going to be $40.
yeah, but we'll have the, I will get the new like
there's
the
no
Spider-Man
way this is
minifigure
going to be
what I really want.
$40. This only has 257 pieces. I haven't seen that high of a price point for what was it? The price per part ratio. I haven't seen messed with like that in a long while.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who did the review, Captain Rex, he did make a note that like the price is too much. Like they said, the
Yeah.
price does not justify the set.
Well, there is
So-
4 very big minifigures
Did we ever talk about the
in
price
this
per
set,
part
so
ratio?
it does.
Sorry.
Yeah, we do. We
I
have
don't think we
mentioned
have.
it.
We mentioned it. What is the
Never
usual
had it.
price per part ratio? What is that?
Oh, to me, it's always
about
been like
10
$10
cents?
for 100 parts.
$10 for 100 parts. Okay, so let's say how many pieces does this have? 297, you said?
No, this has 257.
257.
So
Exactly what
we're
I'm
about
saying, like,
20
so
bucks
with that-
over.
That is bad.
Yeah,
dude.
that's with that price, it's $20 over what it should be. It should be at
Well-
the very least $30, considering
You almost never get a good price per piece ratio with licensed sets because a lot of the budget is the minifigures. Like you're buying the
Yeah,
set
I know.
for the minifigures. I don't
It's
think
just that I don't think I've seen it this bad in a while. Unless if this was a Star Wars set, I don't think it would surprise me as much.
So real quick.
why doesn't it surprise you? This is also licensed though.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I just have this like predisposition that the superhero sets are somehow cheaper than the Star Wars sets.
They're not. The Batman Arkham Asylum was 4,000 krones
I
in
don't
Norway.
know. I don't know what a crowd is.
Just remove 1 0. There you go.
So
That doesn't give
I
me
must
any.
say,
the current
$400.
But what's a crowd?
it's a
Forget it. That's their currency.
Norwegian currency. It's
Why should I
Scandinavian
care about
currency.
Norwegian currency?
Just go on.
There's
Go on,
a
Kai.
Danish krone. There's a Danish krone and there's a Norwegian krone.
Oh, it's
The
a
Danish
crone. You mean like
That
a
is
witch?
Swedish. Not like a crown. It's crown.
Oh, it's crown. Why didn't you say crown?
Because I said it in the Norwegian word because it's Norwegian currency and it's our culture and you need to respect it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Venom.
well, screw your culture.
Okay,
Respect
that's
mine.
enough.
That's offensive. Venom does not reflect the brick feeds. Like,
So
I don't know. Just go on, Kahi,
So-
say your thing.
It's okay. I was saying that like if you do the math, it's about it's only 6 parts per dollar, I believe, as opposed to 10. 6.5. So you get about 6.5 Lego pieces for every dollar you spend. Not the best deal, especially since it's supposed to be around 10.
But you do get a dark tan Batman, which looks completely ripped.
Yeah,
and
I
just-
really
there's-
I
the
quickly want
minifigures
to
are
make a
amazing.
comment about the dark tan Batman. Like his face is apparently tan because he's in the desert and he's getting a lot of that sun. Why isn't the
Wait a
face
second.
print like when he takes the mask off? You just see that like little cube of his mouth and it's all tanned, and then the
You know,
rest of him is
I
pale.
saw that. So like, what? That's why Batman always fights in the dark. So if he had like really weird tan lines in the day, people would
Nobody
be
would
like,
see him.
It's
Nobody would
it's
see
not
anything.
it's not printed in a darker color. It's printed on black, which makes it look a lot darker than it actually is. That's the same problem with the Captain
really?
America's head print as well. Yeah, it's really hard for Lego to get like a good flesh tone. They've been trying it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Interesting.
really is like, and the Captain America really stands out. Captain America really looks kind of.
I swear, what they should have done with
Darts.
Captain America instead of that face print, they really just should have given him a helmet. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they
Yeah.
wouldn't. Like, it looks so awkward with, like, the stud on top of
It
his head,
really
too.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Flash has like a mask, like something
Right,
along
yeah,
those
exactly
lines.
like the Flash.
Yeah, people like have used the
Here's
the
thing.
Ultron
That's
helmets
exactly
as well.
why I don't like the Flash minifigure. It looks so silly. That
Well,
big
no one cares
freaking
about your
helmet.
opinion, Ben.
Yeah,
Nobody cares
you,
about the
you don't
Flash.
like the Nords.
And its stupid Flash mobile.
Wait, did you
I
just
will
say
say-
the words?
That's the
Skyrim.
thing.
Don't disrespect her.
I
Big
will
on.
I will say with regard to the Batman figure, I know it's tan. I kind of do wish they would have gone with shirtless Batman from that one comic.
Yeah.
You not seen shirtless Batman? All right, I'm gonna post the
Oh,
image.
gosh.
All I
You know what
heard
you're
was
talking
Kai
about.
he prefers
He
shirtless
still
Batman.
has his
Listen,
mask.
there is a classic comic storyline where Batman like comes back and he fights Ra's al Ghul, and he's literally, it's the stupidest thing ever. He has his mask and he has his belt and pants, but he's just shirtless. He has no shirt. He's just
Wow.
bare-chested. There's
Talk
hair
about
running
fan
down, and
service.
he's like, and Ra's al Ghul was like, "Is this a man or a fiend?" It's great. It's like a classic comic thing. If they had made that minifigure like shirtless Batman with like the chest hair,
What in the world?
Oh, God.
Other than a classic comic
That's gross.
listen, classic
So
comic stories
weird.
are pretty.
This is
pretty
why I
good.
don't read comics. I'll stick to the MCU thing.
Yeah, I prefer to...
I'll get all my
read
Batman
webcomics.
knowledge from Nolan and Snyder. And be
I
happy
mean, you
with
think
Oh
it's
my
you think it's
gosh.
bad for only DC? Or, like, let's just all acknowledge that there was a comic published by Marvel where Captain America did drugs
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
and
also
he
here,
tripped
I mean,
out
like,
of his mind the whole comic. It was
this
hilarious.
was
And
also
of
like
course, the recent stuff.
there's a very classic Captain America storyline where literally this happened.
Well, put
Oh
this up
my
on screen,
God.
Meso. Oh, great. Attack of the Furries.
Literally,
What is this?
literally, Captain America
What?
became a werewolf. This was a thing, and they all had to go and fight. I forget who it was. Honestly, I didn't really read this storyline, but that was the thing that happened.
Okay,
Oh
see, I
my
don't see.
goodness.
That's cool and all. What is wrong with his thigh? Like, look towards the left. What is that? He's like got
Like his-
got a
I think it's
bowling
his-
ball
it's his
in the middle
tail.
of his leg.
It's
Is
his
that
tail.
supposed to be a tail? It
Yeah,
doesn't
it
look
like
a
goes
tail.
down and then curves around. It's really weird.
No,
There
I
was
don't.
also where Spider-Man became Man Spider.
Ew.
Oh, I remember
Man
that.
Spider.
Man
Terrible.
Spider.
This is the worst of all time. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Comics, I'm telling you, man,
man.
comics are they're a never thing altogether.
Yeah, but keyword Lego, don't forget.
So,
Keyword Lego.
Yeah.
But I
anyway.
mean, listen, the tan Batman's all right. I'm just saying that shirtless Batman would be better.
I
Oh, are you
I
into
like
that kind of thing?
Tan Batman. I don't like the tan. It sucks because
Bat-tan.
I really like the printing on it. I just wish it was on like a dark gray or maybe even black.
Does this come in black or really, really dark gray?
Exactly. Not feeling the tan,
Ah,
but
Getting the
anyway.
Batman movie.
Well, I guess that's. Does anyone have anything else they want to talk about?
I still really like the
set?
buggy.
I think this
I
set
don't
is.
know if I'd say I really like it. I do appreciate it's original. It's not a bad
Oh,
vehicle.
I
we've,
do
like,
know
seen a
Yeah.
that
billion
I'd say I
times.
really like it.
It looks
think
like
the minifigures
every single one
is
of
incredible
Cole's
in this
vehicles
set.
from Ninjago.
I think it's got charm. Right, Mesa? You
Not
gotta be
really.
on board with me. What?
I think it looks better than most Batman vehicles, like the Batboat or the Batmech, but like, if I could have had that set and just them put like a couple extra pieces in, make a better Lazarus pit that you can actually go down into.
Oh yeah, but I
make,
mean,
like,
for what it
integrate
is,
I would have rather not had it at all.
I
think this is
agree,
very
but for what it
budgety.
is, come on, you gotta.
Okay,
you gotta
yes, I
admit,
will
it's
say it
pretty
is better
neat.
than most Batman vehicles. that
Yeah,
I've
there you
seen.
go, you mother father.
Yeah. Because all of these a lot of these sets where like most of the cool stuff, most of the cool minifigures you get in are like these huge sets that most people don't really have the money for, and so like Lego is pumping out all of these small like $40 or less sets that has very small things in it, but they have a lot in it. So they want to give like the impression of like a play set, but for lesser price. So this is what you get. But I do think this set is really good for if you want the minifigures. The minifigures are really good.
Right.
They really represent the characters.
I go back and forth.
It's really good.
I go back and forth. They do have really like iconic comic
It
designs.
is really good.
The Ra's al Ghul especially is like lifted from the comics page. He's a really good minifigure. I think the price point is what gets me. But I mean, there's so many little details too, like the little sign with the minifigure of the cane, and then like, you know, the showing that how he can rise again, and also the little diving board, which I guess Ra's al Ghul uses as an old man to dive into the Lazarus pit.
Does he do like a belly flop, or is he going for all tens, or what's he doing?
I think he's going for
that
all
looks like a
tens. You're
really
Ra's al Ghul,
shallow
man.
pool, so
He's
suck
gonna
if you
do like a
belly flop.
diving swan and it just hits it, and that's it.
No, it doesn't matter because he'll come back completely. He'll probably belly flop and then just come back. All his bones will be healed and everything.
Oh yeah, huh? I guess it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
All right,
Alright.
well,
Well,
Next,
let's move on to the next topic.
All right, let's move on. Real quick, before we do so, you guys are more than welcome to get an audiobook from audible.com. audibletrial.com/TTV will get you any audiobook of your choosing. Jesus.
audiobook if you're
This is
choosing.
why Var does the
Maybe
books.
you can use it to listen and figure out how to talk better as you do these reads. We always recommend Brick by Brick, but there are other books you can check out. Probably something Batman related. So go for that. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Var. He's in the chat mocking me.
Man, that
I don't
was so
think Bar's
bad.
mocking
Put
you.
you up on the mock spotlight.
Metro Red. Yeah. Alright.
Well, anyhow, the other thing we want to talk about is that I guess it's just a piece of news that isn't exciting for a lot of people, but I guess, you know, Brickshelf is back, and so if you ever had things on Brickshelf that was not available for a while, I guess you can get that back. Purple was telling me
And
about.
for the people that didn't
back
know,
online.
it went down.
yeah, it's like,
in
was
case,
it
What
in
down?
happened?
case
Did
you're
it
one
get
of like
attacked?
the 4 people that used Brickshelf in like the last year.
What's
Yeah,
that?
if any of you actually still have some stuff on Brickshelf, you might want to back it up, considering what happened
Yeah.
to Majos was just like their sister
Yeah.
site.
A lesser known fact is that, Mojhost.com was like the sister site for Brickshelf. They're both image hosting sites. And way back when, people on BZ Power and other LEGO forum sites would like use the two kind of interchangeably. Sometimes you'd use Mojhost for like non-LEGO related stuff. But you LEGO related mocks and stuff on Brickshelf. Well, Mojhost went completely down. Lost years and years and years and years and years worth of images. A lot of our
yeah.
important
Oh,
history
yeah.
was over there. A lot of cool mocks are over there.
Thank
Comics,
goodness.
archives
like,
of
imagine
like how we met
if-
each other.
It's like imagine if Instagram died today and never came
Ah,
back. That's
yeah.
basically
And nothing
what
of
happened.
value was lost.
Wow.
Oh, we lost some
People
good
would
I had
things. We lost a
so-
lot of
I
memories.
have value
'cause
though.
A lot of
I had a
us
lot
here
of thing
used
archived
it.
there.
A lot of us here used it for like non-Lego related stuff, uploading pictures there, and then, until it
Exactly.
went down. Then Imager came to replace it. But I mean, yeah, no. If you guys still
Yeah.
have something on Brickshelf, save it, back it up, because those people running these websites, I don't. They cannot be trusted.
Okay, I mean, the deal is that like there's 2 points. One, the internet's supposed to be like a self-archiving thing, and it's not anymore because all these hosting sites that we're using, they're going down over time. So a lot of the old things that used to be around, especially for the Lego and Bionicle fandom, they're kind of going extinct. We don't have evidence of any of that stuff anymore. But the other thing that's also kind of interesting is that like back then when we were on BZ Power, when we had all the, you know, we were uploading images, there was nothing like Imager. Imager right now is the premium site, I believe, for like image hosting, like pure image hosting right now on the
Except for
internet.
Gyazo.
Well, Yaza gets deleted after a while. Well, Flickr is for like professional people, mostly professional.
Hey,
Just for
here's
like, you know, random image hosting and stuff, people use Imager. And it's turned into like this social network built around images. And I feel like Mojhost and Brickshelf missed the boat on that because they were years ahead of their time offering this service. And they stuck around for a while. but that site's still stuck in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah, it doesn't look that pretty.
So what else do we have? Because Brickshelf is Brickshelf's Brickshelf. Maj Host was garbage.
Yeah, basically.
Maj
No,
Host
no,
is dead.
basically,
Brickshelf is
I wish like
highly suspect.
I wish that Imgur had come along way earlier into the internet's life cycle. Like I feel like right now when I don't have all these random images of comic stuff to upload, that this would be really great instead of hosting it on Yaza and losing like kits
All
and
these
everything
boot.
after
How did people
90
even
days.
like find out about these obscure sites? It's not like they were popular on the
I
internet.
don't know. How did someone find out about
really know either.
Brickshelf? Was it just like like Maj Host, that came after Brickshelf, right?
Yeah, it did. I remember learning about Brickshelf just because a lot of people on BZ Power were using it to upload their comics and stuff.
Yeah, that's how I knew about it too.
And so, and you know,
crazy.
back then I wanted to upload my own comics. So I was like, oh, how are you guys doing that? Brickshelf, bro. Oh, okay, Brickshelf.
Also, there are certain sites you couldn't link to. Remember, like you couldn't link to DeviantArt. And
Oh
other
yeah, that's
things
true.
until later on and down the line. So like you had to use Brickshelf because BZ Power wouldn't allow anything else, and
That
that
is a
is
good
what
point.
I feel really like forced the popularity of Brickshelf around BZ Power was that.
Interesting. Well, then I blame them for all of my faults in life.
Sure, blame someone else for all your faults in life, just like a normal millennial.
Oh,
Yeah, Shade Throne's throne.
Oh,
I'm 21. You kids with your iPads, and your phones, and
Well, I mean,
your
you have an
self-driving
iPad.
cars
I don't
and
even
your-
have an iPad.
your virtual realities.
Kahi, how old do you think Ven is?
He's just a kid. He's just a normal kid.
He's a very big kid in that case.
a real big kid.
He's a big kid now.
He's a
Oh my
Speaking of
god.
kids,
You know what else is
You know
big?
what-
My brain.
Oh.
okay. Speaking of kids, there was this recent news article that came out about a Zootopia accident where this
what?
guy built a giant statue of the
yeah.
fox from Zootopia. What's his name? What's
Nick.
the fox's name? Nick. He built this thing and like took him like 3 days to build, and he put it up in the mall, and a kid immediately came over and pushed it over, and it just smashed completely all over the floor. I linked the article up above. I'm gonna see if I can find it again. You can see photos of what it looked like. you know.
Didn't he rebuild it though?
Yeah, I think he did. But like, it is. I don't like a lot of Lego sculptures and they use glue so that it wouldn't happen.
I actually don't think so.
They don't use glue.
I don't believe that they do.
I
No,
don't think so either.
and
Well,
I mean that's
moral
how
of the
this
story,
happened.
always use
I
glue.
thought that like the ones in the Lego store and like that don't they use some sort of?
Well, I mean,
glue
it's
or,
like they have to actively
adhesive?
sculpt, like they have to make the Lego sculpture. So what I think happens is you can't use glue because what if you screw that up? You put a brick in just the wrong place, so you give Nick over here a very small nose.
Oh no, they build it first and then like they go back and they glue all the pieces.
Oh
after they
gosh, I
built it.
hate to be
That
that.
So
sounds.
it's like it's
I'd
a
hate to
really
have that job.
Well,
sounds so annoying.
You think about like
It
you
does.
know I've been to downtown Disney and like there's a giant Lego dragon that goes in and out of the water. that has
Lego
to
dragon.
be
Yeah.
held together by some sort of adhesive or something.
Dragons.
What if it isn't? What if it isn't? And that's just the tenacity
That'd
of
be
the bricks.
They do have
That
like
would be
metal.
They are actually
skeletons.
Duplo bricks in that particular sculpture, I believe.
How dare you?
Why
No,
And they
I'm
use
just saying.
Duplo in pretty much every sculpture to make up the chunk on the inside. Just like it's first
Yeah.
metal, and then they have a lot of Duplo and stuff,
Well,
so that
Not,
they
not
that they
this guy.
connect to the sculpture, and then they have Lego on top of there as well. Mostly,
What a
most
twist.
sculptures.
Not this guy. It seems.
Yeah, not this guy. And then you see what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
It was
My,
not.
my big
that
thing is
dude.
$15,000. That's how much that costs.
Wow.
It is
That's an
pretty steep.
insane amount of money. Can you imagine spending that much money on like just a Lego sculpture? He had to be
No.
funded by somebody, right?
There's a guy,
That's
but
like
I mean, at that same time, what is that 15,000? That is 15,000.
yeah,
At the same time,
$15,000.
somebody paid that price for a single one of a kind Lego piece.
That's true, yeah.
That's
Yeah, they
true.
did do that. I can never imagine doing that. It's like inconceivable.
Yeah.
Okay, can you imagine like I mean I don't know how much money the guy had, but every time I look at that I'd be like, man, that's a nice car. It's a nice down payment for a house. That's several months worth
Yeah.
of rent.
Here's
That
my
could be
question to
like
all
a
of you.
year worth of rent for me.
What is the maximum amount of money that you would ever spend on a Lego piece? Singular piece. It doesn't. It just
Like
doesn't, not a specific
$4?
piece. The concept, like a piece that you would love, or a piece of a rare metal, or a rare prototype. thing.
already
What is the
spent my
threshold?
limit.
$10.
I'm
I
done.
would spend maximum for like a really rare piece, $100.
I've already
spend
done
like
that.
10.
Platinum
so-
Evoke, you would spend $100.
What if it was
and no more.
101?
I
Yeah.
would I mean, not the Platinum Evoke. I wouldn't value that as $100, but that would be the
Okay.
maximum I would spend on one Lego piece. Like, and that is, I mean, it'd have to be one stellar piece. I haven't come
It
across.
could also be
anything.
a minifigure, not just a piece.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Minifigure, I would spend the maximum $100, and I probably even wouldn't do that.
See,
You ain't
I mean,
getting
that's
nothing ever.
No,
going
I mean, listen,
nowhere.
I'm on a college student budget. I gotta pay for my my school and my housing and my food. There's no way I'm spending more than $100 in a stupid Lego piece.
But you know you would if you had that kind of money.
I mean, listen, if I made $100,000 a year, then yeah, we can talk. Then I could be like, all right, I could spend $1,000 on one Lego
I
piece.
think
'Cause sure,
what's the
it's just in
most
proportion.
anybody here has spent on a minifigure?
I don't know
never
about a
bought a
minifigure. I can talk broad Lego, but not a minifigure.
Not a
I think like a
minifigure, 'cause I
couple
think the-
dollars.
I think the most I've spent on a minifig was probably like 10 or 15.
$7. I bought a minifigure for $7.
I spent like $40 on the trans neon green skull Scorpio mask.
Oh my god.
That's not a minifigure.
Yeah, see,
I bought a minifigure.
I haven't spent
I
a
have
lot
to
of
answer
money.
your questions, Kevin.
Dang it,
What
Messa, go to
LJ said.
school.
I was going with what LJ said, bro. I like
I
it.
no,
Never
well,
bought a
I mean, I
minifigure,
said
never
I
will.
can talk broad Lego, not that I was going to.
Yeah,
I
like,
am,
come on,
because
dude.
otherwise my contribution's nothing.
Okay,
Well,
I
it
actually,
might as well
I just
be
remembered,
nothing, but
I
then
do
something
actually
stupid.
have a minifigure. I spent $5 on a fencing minifigure once.
Lame.
Fencing minifigure? You're
Yeah.
lame, dude. You know what? Maybe you
No,
should
no,
have
no, no, no. I'm gonna stand with LJ on this one. That's actually kind of cool.
Did he have
Hey,
a paint
I was-
roller? Gonna paint the fence?
I mean, listen. If I did something, wouldn't you? For $5, you could get like a YouTuber little minifigure where he's like, the thing, like sitting at the thing. I'd get that.
Get
I literally would
PewDiePie.
not. I would spend that $5 and like, I don't know, get a pizza or something.
Well, I mean,
Meso,
LJ, you actually fenced it.
there's a very
that's the thing.
specific type of pizza that you and I can have, Meso, and there's no pizza of our variety that's $5.
There is store bought. I have like a
You can get like
prosciutto
one
gluten-free pizza
slice
for like
for that,
$5.
right?
Oh yeah,
It's like a
okay. I keep
small
forgetting about
pizza.
those. And what were you saying, Kai?
No, I was saying that like you do actually fence, LJ. That's why you got that many.
I did fence. Yes, I did.
Get back into it.
I'd love
Do
to.
a live
There's no fencing.
demonstration at Brick Fair. Train the fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna break. I still have my sword. I'm not gonna get that through TSA.
I know, right? No. I swear, I'm going to a Lego convention. And I'm just gonna do a demonstration.
Yeah, no. They're gonna do the pat down. They're gonna be like,
Oh
"Is
gosh.
this a sword?"
Are you gonna go through the
No.
pat down again?
Yeah.
Buy a
Gosh.
sword at Walmart. I'm sure they sell them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Just get one of those like foam swords from a Lego store or something.
Oh yeah. Heck
Use
yeah.
that. Keyword Lego.
Hey.
You said Lego store.
What?
Good job.
Alright. What else is on the agenda? Should we do another plug?
Let's do another plug before we get too far away from it. If you're listening to us right now, you can go to store.ttvchannel.com and get one of our, yeah, there we go. Get one of our shirts. We have some custom design shirts that we put up every once in a while. We have two shirts running this time. We have the Knack and J shirt and we have the Civil War shirt. And they're running, you still can get them until the end of June. So you order now, you still can get them after the month of June. Both of them will no longer be available. So if I were you, order them now. We're going to be putting them in the vault. Wow. We're putting them in the vault, sealing them away until such a time as this, where we will unveil them at another point in time. But for right now, this is the only chance you have to get these two shirts. Which, again, personally, I feel the Civil War is superior in every way to the Knack and J shirt. But
Thank you, Kahi.
Wow.
You know, it's funny because I actually bought the Knack and J shirt and not my own.
wow, purple. That's some serious betrayal there. But yeah, you guys can go do that and decide which shirt is better by voting with your money. Also,
Fair
we
enough.
have we probably talked about this in the podcast, but it's good to say here too. We did change the URL from ttvpodcast.com to TTV channel. Not to worry, everything still redirects over. So usually we still have some like errors getting it right now, but by the time this episode comes out, they should be all smoothed out. And anything you go to, if you go to ttvchannel.com or podcast, should redirect to channel. It's just a branding issue right now. We're trying to rebrand and have everything as the TTV channel all across the boards everywhere. We're not just a podcast, so TTV podcast didn't make so much sense going forward. No, that's basically it. And I don't know. Do we have any last things you want to talk about? We have time to hit our last point here.
Lego
think
store
so.
experiences.
Well, it's a question that I've been meaning to bring up for a long while now, and it's basically after seeing the success of Ninjago and other things. We're all originally Bionicle fans. That's how we, our channel is a Bionicle channel. Originally, that's how we came about this. Do you guys think Bionicle would have been better as a system line? Do you think that would have been?
I think it would have been more
Yes.
successful.
Concept and like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah.
Immediately, yes. Why do you
Yes,
think so, X?
100%, because the appeal of Lego is that it's so versatile, and you can buy any Lego set, and it'll go together. Bricks, you can make anything. The one thing that makes Bionicle not appeal as much to everyone is because of that one reason, that it's just not system. It's
Yeah,
not-
I'll echo that statement because I know a big problem with the old Bionicles. Not many people really knew what to do with it unless you were like super invested with it, like how we were. Because I've met a couple of kids, personal experience. I met a couple of kids who didn't see any appeal in Bionicle, and they're like, "Oh, they're all just robots. It's so boring." Blah blah blah. And it's like, fair enough. You got with every set, you got these big specialized pieces that go to only these other big specialized pieces. Now, if Bionicle was a system line, then you would appeal to a much broader audience. You would have this compatibility where you can use other types of system elements with your Bionicle system sets. You can make all these bigger worlds. It'd be cool to see some Bionicle set pieces, since the old Bionicle's all about world building and creating this lore. I think that would have been neat. For
That
Bionicle
being
to
said,
come
I
back
feel
with that
like
sort
if
of thing.
Bionicle had been a system theme, it would not be the same, obviously.
It definitely
And
Well,
would.
yeah,
It would
I would
lose
not
that
want
it would've been
charm.
Bionicle to be
very
a
different.
system theme.
It would definitely
Its
lose
roots
that
would be
charm
lost.
that I had before, where it's like it's this unique constructible action figure theme, and with each set you get this really cool, or sometimes really cool character that you can pose and do all these sort of things with.
Bionicle was a
and
system theme, it
customize.
probably would have never had masks, which was like the biggest
Well,
nostalgic
I
thing.
don't necessarily think that's
Well,
true, because
Yeah, they might have
pulled it
been
off.
able to come up.
I just did a review on Bionicle pens, and that's up on Vessel right now for early access. And the masks, the collectible masks that connect to the pen, they fit on Lego minifigures. They're a bit oversized, sure, but they're a
If they're
small
sure,
minifigure
but, like,
sized
I'm not
collectible
approaching
mask.
Bionicle as being like a minifigure theme. I was thinking of it like as a mech character theme.
Wait,
Like
what?
Exoforce?
I was thinking of it.
Whoa,
I was
really?
thinking of it kind of like the play sets that we actually did
Bionicle,
get.
as it was conceptualized, would not work as a system theme. Bionicle
I think
should
it would-
not be a system theme.
I don't necessarily
Bionicle's
think
core
that's the case.
virtue does not meld well as a
I mean,
minifigure.
why not?
theme.
Does it? Yeah. What is its core?
What's
virtue?
stopping it?
I'm just saying you would be better off just making a new theme.
But
Bionicle's
why?
core is
What stops
constructible action figures with masks
really?
and collectability. Yes.
like okay,
Well,
okay.
yeah, no,
The
that is
system
that
sets
is
were awkward and poorly developed and did not work all that
Well,
well.
here's the thing, though. That's the platform that we're accustomed to. Yes, we know of them as constructible action figures. That's why it's called Construction. However, what is stopping Bionicle, the brand? What's stopping Lego from taking the original 6 Toa, turning them into minifigures, and coming out with a Lego Kininui playset? Battle of Kininui.
Oh
What's
man, I would
stopping
love
budget,
that.
budget and profit.
Sounds
Well,
like a
obviously,
cool
but-
singular set to put on ideas. But what about a theme?
Well, I feel like
Yeah,
given
so
like
guys-
how the world looks and all that, it would have been really cool to have more like playset type
Certainly.
things.
Okay, it would be, but
No,
Bester does bring up a
realistically-
good point. There
Yeah.
are no vehicles in Bionicle. In
Yeah,
terms of,
realistically,
like, in the early days.
Bionicle,
There are a
if it
few.
became a system, theme, it would have been like Ninjago or Chima, where the majority of it
Yes.
were vehicles.
Tahoe's flaming striker.
Exactly.
Liwa's
That's
soaring
exactly
glider.
what Lego would do. They're not gonna do the Kini Nui set. They probably will. It'll be like the smallest freaking. It'll be the size of the Lazarus Pit, and then next to it is gonna be the big Toa, Warthog vehicle, Thrasher,
Right.
fortress on wheels type of thing.
But I mean, at
Well,
the same time, sure, that's a little bit different than what we're accustomed to, clearly. But at the same time, would that prevent it from working?
I don't know.
I mean, it's
think,
been
like,
working for Ninjago.
Bionicle
Exactly.
did have a lot of attention given to it, primarily because the action figures, it was only one character. You know, it's like, it was only one character you could get, and they built a story to accommodate just these characters. It didn't have to build a story around the locations in the set, or the vehicles, or whatnot. I don't know if the same, like, Modern Nui Online game is vastly different if you have vehicles. If the Toa command vehicles.
Not to
Maybe that kind
mention,
of thing.
in a weird technical sense, you still do have vehicles. Usul crabs, gecko birds, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
All the
they could always be
creatures.
Yeah.
beasts.
You can very easily make those kind of like vehicles. Or you can just go
It
ahead
would
and
be
make vehicles
interesting.
based off of those.
I would imagine
I
it being
do-
a lot like how Ninjago's doing right now, where I've seen that half of the sets are like some vehicles, and the other half is like dragons and stuff.
Dragons, yes.
Yeah,
It's like,
honestly,
I can
it
see
is
that.
kind of annoying how
Yeah.
most sets are just vehicles. Like, they just kind of repeat
Well,
the
that's
same
how
things
Lego
over and over, and
markets
it's
their
like,
action themes. They have very
I
rarely
know,
ever
it's-
any
it's
structures.
just so
an endless
annoying.
amount of vehicles. And the Ninjago TV show works, just like I've always been saying a Bionicle TV show would work, is because the ninja get to do things without just being in their vehicles. They are not constrained there always. You could tell the Bionicle story in a system way, and you could definitely have it would basically be the same thing. Honestly, you would lose basically nothing, and
Is
you would have more
there-
exposure and whatnot. I'm
is-
just talking from a set perspective. It could work, but I don't know if it should work.
Let me ask you something. Is there a popular kids TV show based in a toy line that doesn't star or involve humans in any way, shape, or form?
My
I know
Little Pony?
I do not think so.
but Transformers
Transformers
do
did.
involve. They do involve humans a lot. Are there anything else? Is there any? Okay, so like Bionicle they're purely robots and they function very
Nope.
differently from humans. Is
I
there
would
anything like that?
say Legends of Chima is probably the closest, but I would
Yeah,
say
but they
that
were still like
counts. They were
humanistic.
humanoid and-
humans, yeah,
Thundercats?
humanoid.
Thundercats.
Thundercats is a farther
Thundercats,
stretch,
kinda?
but like they're still kind of humanoid as people, and the reason they do
I
that
guess
is for
like Adventure
relatability.
Time.
It's
Well, I guess no,
marketability.
I
There
was
is
gonna
one
say like
human
maybe
in Adventure Time.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No,
Alright,
they're
fair enough.
human-like. It's
There
made
are
that way to be
humans in
relatable.
it.
But like the majority of the games, the main characters are not humans and whatever. You know, you're always
All right.
playing as the animal characters. And I would also maybe say Mario, the Mario franchise.
I mean, Mario's a
they're
human.
Mario's
literally-
made very
they're
human-like
literally
to be
humans.
relatable.
Not
But I mean,
really.
like, just in terms of cartoons,
Yes,
though.
they are.
I mean,
Sonic-
Not really.
Sonic
It's
X
more like
have-
they have the likeness of humans, but they're not really like.
Mario and Luigi are
Well,
humans,
they're
man.
real
I think
humans.
Mario's a dude. He's
Mario
like,
is a
mushroom
literal
person.
human. He's
No, he's
like,
not. He's
that's
Italian.
Italians aren't humans, confirmed.
That was a joke. I'm sorry.
European shade being thrown here, huh? Norway have to say about Italy.
I'm sorry.
I didn't catch that at first. I was like, well, what? What is this?
I had to break that awkward silence.
No
right
offense
away.
to any Italians out there. You're
I
cool.
love
No,
Italians.
of course
But
not.
yeah, no, of course
We
I'm
love
not
your
talking
pizza.
about Mario himself in
The
particular.
Toad people are certainly
The
mushroom individuals, but
the entirety of the Mario world is like filled with all these creatures, turtles, and dinosaurs, and all this
Goombas.
other stuff. It's like
Teenage Mutant
the
Ninja
only
Turtles.
human characters you could really nail down are Mario and his brother and the princess.
Peach.
Yeah, but they're like
Yeah.
also the main
Mario.
characters.
Even then, it's like,
It's
are
It's
they
a cartoon, though. That's what I'm talking about. It's a cartoon, not just a video game franchise or whatever.
I want to see the
As a
adventures of
cartoon.
Waluigi. There was a cartoon. It did not do all that well, but it did
Well,
exist.
right now, a popular cartoon right now. They don't have a popular cartoon airing recently. That was a very old cartoon in like the 80s or 90s.
Let me think.
If I may, I'd like to kind of turn this back toward the whole System Bionicle discussion. And I think a lot of people do forget we did have 3 years of Lego System playsets.
They did exist. The reason a lot of people
2005.
don't remember them is because they weren't anything to write home about.
Well, that's the thing, though. They didn't. I'll go ahead and link like the small gallery we have, because like I said, it only lasted for like 3 years, 2005 to 2007. But I'm seeing a lot of things here. The '05 sets especially, they have vehicles, but they're all A, story-related vehicles. B, none of them actually are, like, wheeled vehicles. They're all creatures.
Vehicle.
Huh.
Yeah, because they're made to be related to the story.
Yes, the giant spider with the axon face. I remember when like Jala busted that out and like used it to save the day. That was such a great moment.
That's a Fenrac spider.
Because I remember the time when Jala totally busted that out to save the day in the story.
That's
such story relevance.
Canon. But listen, I mean, it's not a
It was
vehicle;
made
it's a
canon
creature.
after the
It's
set
a
came out.
Rahi set. Now you will see in some of these that yes, there are actual vehicles. Like the Baraki Deep Sea Patrol, that's not a thing. Toa Undersea Attack, that's not a thing. Toa Train Crawler, though, that is a thing. It's a very big thing. So
It's a thing. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, it is, I don't know if
Like-
you say it was a very big thing.
It does in fact
they didn't take the
exist.
story, like, headquartered in the thing. It was in the commercial. And I
No.
believe that was-
That was a big story thing. Because it was,
Oh yes.
yeah, no, that was in the beginning of Downfall. Axon's like, hey, I got this thing that we've had conveniently chained here for thousands of years. Why don't you all climb inside the living creature, Deus Ex Machina all your armor to be tip-top shape, and go all the way down the cord, which is currently falling to pieces.
Well, I mean, was that a big story thing, or was it just included in the story? Because what you're telling me, what you're saying here is kind of just, it was included. I don't know if I would say it was a big story thing. It wasn't like a big revelation. It wasn't like a huge component of the story. You could
The main
take
thing I
Terrain
remember
Crawler
about
out
the
of
Toa
story,
Terrain
nothing would change.
Crawler was the Mari commercial. It had a
That's what I'm
striking
saying. The
visual.
Mari,
Of course.
the
Yeah.
Mari
Of course you
It was
remember.
very memorable for that.
commercial is the best. I feel it's the
good
best
trailer.
commercial.
I mean, they also have
So
something
good.
here, the Paraka Stronghold. That,
I'm seeing an interesting
That's a big
progression
thing.
looking at these. They did move from, at first, it was mostly structures. 06 had some structures too, but it also had a couple vehicles like the Finrex Spider or whatever was in the Proc Stronghold, and then 07 was almost entirely vehicles. And I
Right.
think that represents, it's a good way to illustrate Lego's shift too. In those 3 years span, it's like, it makes a lot of sense looking at bigger picture Lego.
Well, and the original, the Vizirac sets, the 05 sets, those aren't even minifigures really. They're just like statues, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah, effectively.
And you gotta wonder, because of that, like, why, number one, why did they do that as opposed to just making traditional minifigures? Was there some kind of logic
to
behind
maintain the form of the sets, I guess. Because like if they looked like
Yeah,
minifigures, they'd
probably
look
to
very
maintain
different
the
from like their
likeness to the
actual
sets.
sets. Yeah.
that? And that in and of itself is a thing, because this was an adaptation of the Bionicle theme that we all know and love, so obviously they try to maintain set consistency. If it was just Bionicle as a system theme from the ground up, how would that even look? Could you even
Well, I
have
mean, they probably
characters
would
with, like,
have
inspired
committed-
designs? Like-
They would have committed to doing a different type of minifigure. I feel like they would have done one that had interchangeable like helmets or masks.
Yeah,
In the same
kind of
way,
like what they did
you
with
know,
Hero
like,
Factory.
Right. I feel like
yeah,
they,
but I feel like you
might have-
alienate a large amount of people by doing that.
Well,
Like,
I
if
mean,
you were
I
gonna
don't
do a
see
system
how.
theme.
I don't know. I don't know
Well, this
because
is the
either-
thing
again,
either
in the
way,
Lego
you're
fandom.
alienating
People
a
in
lot.
the Lego fandom, when there are different minifigure designs, people tend to not be happy.
yeah, but
Yeah, if we're
aliens
talking
are more
about
than
Bionicle,
contraction.
will be happy.
If we are talking about a Bionicle as a system theme possibility, I would say it is almost mandatory for them to use traditional minifigures.
See, I would
Yeah.
agree with
But-
you
yeah, but here's
if
the thing,
if it
it's
worked
like-
for one thing. Lego Friends. Lego Friends is blowing up around
Yes.
the world right now.
But
they
do
don't
you
use
remember
the
the
conventional Lego
massive
minifigure.
amounts of, like, outcry when they use the mini dolls?
I remember the massive amount of outcry at the Lego theme, Lego Friends to begin with. There's always going to be controversy surrounding that. However, again, it's it's like a global phenomenon. Everyone loves Lego Friends.
But
They
I
like
mean-
Lego Elves too. They don't use the
I mean, the
conventional Lego
point-
minifigure.
The point is too, Meso, is that like, are you really trying to defend like creating Bionicle the construction theme and saying main complaints that system people might not like that? I mean, like, you know, it's like, yeah.
I am simply
That ship's kinda
saying,
sailed.
if you're going for a revisionist history kind of thing, I don't
Right.
know why you would intentionally strike out again. I feel like if you're gonna go back in time and, like, change things, you should actually do it the right way to get it to blow up.
we don't know,
You know what
that.
I mean?
I mean, we don't know that it would have intentionally failed, though. We're just out of conjecture. And
It
true,
would
a lot of
probably
the stuff
not have
that
failed, but I feel it's counterproductive if you're trying to make Bionicle as popular as it can be and appeal to all those people who they hate Construct, they hate Bionicle in this alternate timeline where Bionicle had been.
Okay, let's not do alternate timeline from the beginning. Let's say 2015. They say Bionicle's coming back, and it is a system theme. And Construction people are. I mean, we already had Construction before. Some Construction people are really mad about it. Obviously enough, they want a Construction theme. They're really mad at Bionicles going back to system.
They're also a
Would
very
that be-
small portion of the LEGO community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
very,
really are.
very small as our subscriber
That's
base.
what I was gonna
has
say. It's
shown
like
us.
sure, it might be alienating people who enjoyed Bionicle to begin with the way it was, but it's like, will that really matter to LEGO's successes? I doubt it.
Not really.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like, especially with Bionicle, especially with the story it had and complexity and the
The
characters.
story is the most important part, basically.
Yeah, right.
If it had been
they
a system
stuck
theme
with-
and could have enough, like, widespread attention instead of those animations, and instead of, like, Journey to 1, we had gotten a full 20-episode TV season on Cartoon Network, yes, it would have been worth anything. Anything
even
that
if it was
sacrificed.
system. So you're like, so that would be the exchange. If Bionicle's able,
Yes.
they committed to, would they be, I mean, they're committing to all their system themes to TV shows almost immediately.
Yep,
Shima,
Bionicle was the
Ninjago,
only one that did not get it. Even Hero Factory got it.
Nexonites, you're right. It's like Bionicle has been, for very obvious reasons, it's because Construction just doesn't sell as well. Would that be worth redoing Bionicle as a system theme? Even if they,
Definitely.
I mean, even if they
Because
like,
G2,
they do it
So
again,
far,
down
for
the line.
G1, that's a thing you can discuss endlessly because it ran for 10 years. It was a pioneer in its field. It saved Lego. Blah blah blah. Had cool mask gimmicks, whatever. G2, its legacy will be some very good sets that came out as a result of it. The set design for G2 is stellar, but I'm not gonna look at this theme in like 5 years or whatever when it's inevitably gone and be like, this theme really did a lot of advancements were made through this, simply because it did not get the budget it needed to succeed in a marketing and storytelling sense. If it had been a system theme, sure, we may not have gotten the cool sets we did, but the theme would have been infinitely better for it because it would have been given a fair shake, basically. It would have been given the tools it needed to succeed, and it wouldn't be like languishing around, going on clearance for like $3 at Walmart, with the rumors that it's going to end like a year earlier than planned. So, that is, I will agree there.
Man, we could be seeing a Bionicle movie at some point.
Yes.
I
The
mean,
Lego
like,
movie,
listen,
Bionicle, that would be
There's
a
a
possibility.
obviously G2 has a different tone than G1, which I mean can be debated.
Really,
but I feel like that
G2 has a
G1
more
tone
LEGO
being carried.
tone.
Yeah, G1's tone carrying into like a system theme with the amount of
Would
commitment
fit
that Lego gave
perfectly.
to Ninjago. I feel a lot of people would really enjoy that to the extent that they do with Avatar: The Last Airbender. To the extent they do, Bionicle has, in terms of like storylines for a kid's toy line, did have a very complex, real. I don't know, not dark. I hate saying dark.
Yeah,
everything-
I don't like that
everyone wants
too.
stuff to be
I
dark
think-
all the time. I don't want things to be
I think
dark.
mature
but-
is a decent word
Maybe,
to use.
yeah.
It's not the best, but I think it's adequate.
I would say it's
Right.
complex, because that's a double-edged sword. It's not blatant praise, because some people don't like that. Some people
That's
do.
true.
But, like, it
I
was
did
certainly
get
a
too
lot more
complex.
to the story.
At the end of the story, there were too many alternate universes. There were too many like characters that people didn't know about because they weren't part of the thing. But I do think that like had they stuck to the kind of Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter-esque type of dramatic storytelling that they did back then, it would be.
I
Very
saw an
different.
interesting post on Reddit talking about the Bionicle story, but since this is a brick feed, I'll save it for the TTV podcast, so stay tuned on the next episode where I will bring up the Reddit post that relates to this discussion.
I was about to say it took us 6
Tie-in.
episodes. It took us 6 episodes to end up talking about Bionicle on our general Lego system podcast.
It's all system related.
Keyword
System related in
Lego.
a sense. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. So unless anyone has anything else they want to interject real quick.
Nah, not really.
Ninjago Skybound airs on Cartoon
Who
Network. on the
cares?
No,
And
actually,
people
a lot of
wonder
people
why
care.
we just watched it online.
9. Yeah, no kidding.
Skybound just airing now, halfway through the year. It's a
Oh my
disgrace.
goodness.
That's what it is.
Well,
So
listen, they're
dumb.
gearing up for the movie. The movie's going to be a reboot. They're basically going to Days of Future Past.
Don't do this.
Whatever's
How do you
going on.
know? You don't know? You don't know
I'm going to
anything.
call it, alright? I'm going to call it right now. They're going to Days of Future
Sigh.
Past it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, they probably won't have, like, the movie won't be Days of Future Past. The idea will be, like, they'll reboot it and it'll be part of the continuity deal. Or like like Star Trek. Or like Bionicle 2016. Just kidding.
Did you say Bionicle 2016?
No, I didn't say anything. I was gonna say that you do want to check us out. You can go to vessel.com/TTV channel where you can get all of our videos. Watch them there for free. If you want to pay for early access, you can also get our videos a week early for $3 a month or $20 for the year. Again, like I always say, it's the price of a polybag. It helps.
Really expensive polybag.
Well, decent.
Alright, so, yeah.
What was that?
That was weird. We're gonna wrap this up now?
It's a polybag. It's a $20 polybag. It's that NAND set. You don't need to.
Whoa.
What?
Lag spike. I think you may want to repeat that bit. I think we all talked over each other.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, again, if you go to Vessel, you don't need a account or to pay for it to just watch your videos. You can totally do it there, and you know, everything still goes towards helping the site.
Yeah, very true.
Is it still doing the thing? Am I?
No, it's better. It's just funny because like it's not like you stopped talking, so we all made comments, and all of a sudden it was like.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know, it can't be perfect.
Nope.
Nope. No, you cannot.
You get out.
Especially you.
All right, hey,
All
you know what?
It's his
know what?
birthday,
Yeah,
guys.
give me a break.
Lay
I
off.
had a-
Wait,
Not by
today's
the
your
time this is
birthday?
Today's
posted.
my birthday.
Happy
June 6th is your birthday,
Thank
not
you.
whenever this will be posted.
Last night was fun, so we waited till midnight, and then you know for everything. we
I
made a
don't
bunch of
care.
friends, so.
Sync us out.
All right. I'm signing out. I'm Kahi.
I'm Mesa.
I'm LJ.
I'm Venom.
I'm XX Tripper.
And I'm Purple Dragon.
And this was TTV Brickfeed episode 6.
Farewell, everybody.
Goodbye
Bye.
and good luck. Leave in the comments if you think Bionicle would be better as a system theme. I want to see what the audience thinks. This is a Bionicle, still kind of Bionicle audience too. Goodbye.
How wrong is
Bye.
Meso?
How wrong is this?
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.